Hi guys, as you can tell from the title of this video, I will be showing you guys how I got this look both today and for Valentine's Day. And this is the top that I wore for Valentine's Day. And yeah, so if you're ready to find out how I got this look, then keep watching. Okay, so we're just gonna get right into it. I've already washed and moisturized my face. I'm using the Fenty matte primer. I just have very oily skin, so I pretty much always use matte foundations and primers, sometimes in like the dead of winter when it's super cold out. I won't because, you know, your skin gets dry in the cold, but for the most part, if you see me looking over here, it's because my mirror is there. So that's primer. I do my eyebrows first, so that's what we're gonna do. I actually might do them off camera, so. Okay, I'm back, and I did do my eyebrows off camera, as you can probably see. I do that just because my eyebrows are very complicated. They take forever to figure out, so it is what it is. I also do my eyeshadow before I do my base, and I know that that's a controversial thing to say, but I do. So I recently started using BoxyCharm, which if you don't know what that is, it's like a monthly subscription. They send you a package of like 6 items of different makeups and hair care, skincare, just things to try. And I was surprised. I thought it would be like small sample sizes, but they're actually like full sized products. So one of those products that I got is this palette here. It's the Beaute Scarlet Dusk palette, and I just thought it was perfect for Valentine's Day. Like, just look at this. These colors are absolutely beautiful. So perfect for Valentine's Day, and that's what I'm gonna use to do this eye look. And I'm gonna zoom in so you guys can see it up close. So I'm concealing my eyes, my eyelids, before I go in with the shadow. I'm running low on my Fenty Concealer, guys, but I'm very sad about it. But this is the Fenty Beauty Instant Retouch Concealer, and the shade is 370. My foundation shade is 380. It's a little bit dark on me. So technically you're supposed to get, I believe you're supposed to get your foundation shade, and it's supposed to be like the right shade for highlighting. But I did go a shade down from my foundation, just in case, but that was my personal opinion, and it works well for me. So like I said, I'm using this palette. I did not clean my brushes from when I use this, but it doesn't matter because it's the same palette. I'm gonna go in with this Bahamas color. It's called Bahamas right here. It's like a mauve-y color, and I just love mauve. Such a good color. And I'm just putting that in my crease area and blending up as I go. I'm sorry. He's here! My sister had me call her an Uber. She's like going out somewhere. So I did call her an Uber. Sorry. But yeah, so we're just going in with this sort of like mauve color. And I said in my crease, but I'm really putting it sort of all over my lid. And for me personally, my eyes always start to look super messy until they look good. But that works for me. I think that's how I do my makeup in general. Somehow it all comes together in the end. But during, sometimes I'd be worried. So we're putting that all over my lid. I just use that as like my base everywhere, because that's sort of like the base color I want on my lid. And then, y'all, I don't remember exactly what I did. I do remember some of the colors, so we're kind of winging it at the same time, so it might be a little bit different. But then we're gonna go in with this pink moon right here, which is like a brighter pink. I also just love how a new palette looks. Like, it just looks like so untouched. And I'm using the same brush. And that's because I feel like it helps me to blend those colors more. That's just me though. And like, as you can see, I'm sort of going upward with it. Y'all, this might start to sound like a tutorial at points. Like, look how crazy this looks. But this is not a tutorial at all by any means. I'm just sort of explaining what I do because I personally think it's cool to see how other people do their makeup. Again, I'm not a professional. This is not a tutorial. I'm not telling you how to do your makeup. I am gonna go in with a darker color really quickly. Let me just find the right brush that I want to use for that. Not that. Where are you? I'm just gonna use this one. This is not the brush I was really looking for, but I also, these brushes that I'm using, I don't know the brand, Mocha Pro. They also came in my BoxyCharm box, and I thought they were cute, so I'm using them. And I'm just gonna use it to darken up my eyes just a little bit. I'm gonna go in a little bit, just a little bit, with this. It's like a brown color right here. It looks more orange on camera, but it's not that orange. And it's called Shade. And I'm just gonna around the outside a little bit. Again, I sort of just like to play with different colors until I get the combination that I like. So I'm just buffing out my ends with that. Sort of just to dull a little bit of the pink that I have going on. And that's just a personal preference thing. I also always have makeup wipes when I'm doing my makeup. And I'm just going to wipe. And I don't really like that this looks so like winged. Is that a word? It is now. I really like this eye look, guys. Like I said, it looks a lot brighter to y'all, but I'm hoping with the overall look and the lighting, you'll get to see exactly what I was going for. I did say I was using 2 palettes. And I have this other palette here. It's a RK by Kiss Topaz Nudes palette, and this is from like the beauty supply store. But I like it because it has some gold colors on there that I like to work with sometimes. So I'm just gonna go in with one of those golden colors and do a little bit of corner highlight. Some people corner highlight with like highlighter. I've always done it with eyeshadow, and I don't know if it's which one of those is like technically correct. Y'all can let me know which one, but this is what I like to do. So I mean, it doesn't really matter. Let me know in the comments though, what is like the technically correct way to corner highlight. And I'll probably go back in and do that again. But now we're gonna get into this face. So we did the eyeshadow. We got some pink and golds going on up there. Okay, so we did the eyeshadow. A lot of pinks going on up there. And I like it. Also, y'all, get into this wig. I installed it myself. It's from Eunice Hair. I'll actually put the link below. I'm not gonna style the hair in this video because I did wear my hair in this like side ponytail slick back thing. So I'm not gonna style my hair in this video. But if you want to take a look at that hair, I will definitely put the link below. I love it. It's so nice. So for our face, I'm going to reprime under my eyes because I did wipe at it with my makeup wipes, and this is where I get very oily here. So just doing myself a favor. And I don't color correct, so honey, we're not doing that. Like I said, my shade in the Fenty Pro Filter Soft Matte Longwear Foundation is 380. I probably could be 370, but I like it to be a little darker on my face, so that's what I go with. I just stabbed myself and dropped something at the same time. Take my earrings off for now. And y'all, I do this nice and messy. Sorry, y'all. Living with my siblings. Sometimes very annoying. But yeah, I sort of just like put it all over my face. And then I do have the Fenty foundation brush, so I'm using that. Again, I have not washed this brush since the last time that I used it, but I used it with Fenty makeup, and so that's kind of okay, right? Oh well. Now that is done, I learned this from Jackie Aina, and I've been doing it ever since. I'm going to set my foundation, and I don't typically I don't typically do this with the foundation brush, but I'm feeling lazy, so we are. And this is just, again, you know, the same reason you set your concealer, just to really set that in there. Again, me and my oily skin, I'd like as little shine during the day as possible. There's a lot of powder there, but we'll get it off, don't worry. And I am setting it with the Fenty setting powder, actually. And the reason why I use this one, I got it in the shade Cashew, which is a little, as you can see, it pretty much like matches my foundation perfectly. And so it's not the best for baking like my highlight. So I use this one for that. When I feel like dropping more point on another setting powder, I'll get the right shade. But for now, it works for setting my foundation. And as you can see, I didn't really set my whole face, my forehead and such. Just this really problematic area here for me. Boom. So that is done. Like I said, I am running out of my Fenty concealer, but we still gonna try to make it work, y'all. Just a little bit. Can go a long way. Okay, and for contour. I do typically just contour with my bronzer and no concealer, but for Valentine's Day I did. I was being fancy. I was like, let me go all out. So I used to use the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Chestnut. I love these concealers. I also have the color Fawn, and I use that to highlight, and I have it here with me just in case I had so little of my Fenty. Just in case I had so little of my Fenty that, you know, I couldn't get my highlight on there. I'm putting very little of this. It's like barely darker than me. But again, that's because I go darker for my foundation. It's the winter, y'all. I'm trying to have some color. There. A little bit on my nose. Okay. And again, I also learned this from Jackie Ina. We gonna let that sit for a couple minutes. I'll be right back. Okay, so we did let our concealer sit for just a couple minutes so it gets tacky before we blend it out. I'm switching brushes right now. My other one was just a little bit messy for me, and I kind of want to make sure I'm really not blending those colors until I need to. This brush is from some set that I also got from BoxyCharm, complete sponge set from Luxie Beauty. This is not a BoxyCharm. Like, I'm not sponsored by them or nothing, I wish, but I just have been using them. This is probably my third box that I've gotten, and I absolutely love the products that I've got, as you can see, because I'm using them. So I would definitely recommend it, especially if you're someone who's trying to increase the amount of makeup that you have. You know, it just gives you cool stuff to try, and then you get to know new brands that you might want to use. So we're just gonna, I like them because they have this on both ends. So we're just gonna go right into it and blend. I'm going to set my under eye highlight. I don't bake anymore. And by I don't bake, I mean I don't like sit a ton of powder on my face and like let it sit for a couple minutes. I don't do that. I apply a very thin layer, mostly because I do use a lot of mattes. I set my foundation, and I just don't think it's necessary, and I haven't had any issues with doing that. So with that same brush that I just used to blend, I'm going in with, what is this? Airspun loose face powder. It's like a drugstore setting powder. I absolutely adore it. I have no complaints. Definitely a cheap alternative to some of the more expensive brands. I finally bought myself the Fenty Beauty Sunstalker Instant Warmth Bronzer. I don't know why I just read it like that, but the Fenty bronzer. And I've wanted to get it for a while, but I wasn't sure what shade to get. I am not sure if this shade is completely correct. We are about to find out together, and if it's not, it's gonna ruin this entire video. But I trust my girl Ree, and I trust that this is gonna come out okay. So if I could get it open. I got the shade Cocoa Naughty, and I think the shade, I can't remember what the shade is below it. I can't remember, but that one just seemed too light. This one seems a little dark. It doesn't look that dark with the fucking flashlight, of course. But we're gonna work it out. And we're just gonna try it. I'm gonna put a little on my hand. Actually, it doesn't look bad. We're gonna just go for it. Because like I said, I trust my girl Ree. So we're just gonna do circular motions with that on our cheeks first. It's definitely not coming off nearly as dark as I thought it would. I'm actually wondering if I need to like rub harder on it to get it. There we go. That looks better. So this actually might be like my perfect bronzer shade. What's next? Y'all, what's next? Oh, so we're gonna go back into my eyeshadow palettes, and we're gonna do some under eye eyeshadow. That's what it's called. Okay guys, I'm back. I put my lashes on. These are not quite the lashes that I wore for Valentine's Day, and I probably wouldn't actually wear them for Valentine's Day. They're just like super dramatic, and I'm not like that much of a big fan of super dramatic lips, but lashes. But I decided, since I was going all out, to just do it. I'm just wiping my lips off because of any like foundation I got on them. So I'm using 3 things for my lips today. 2 things for my lips today. This is NK lip gloss, again from my beauty supply store. I wouldn't completely recommend getting lipstick from a beauty supply store. You might like react badly to it, but this is a brand that I've seen in drugstores before, which makes me feel a little bit safer about it. And I just like the color, and you'll see why when I do it. But as you can see, I'm not applying this all over my lip, just like the corners. And then as like a liner. And I don't really have that many lip liner colors. I tend to just use my lip glosses, my dark lipstick shades as liners when I need them. And it's effective. Just make sure you clean up as you go. And then the second color, the second color that I'm gonna go in with over the top of that is from ColourPop, an Ultra Satin Lip. And the color is Canoodle. And it's just like, again, mauvey pink. And I'm just gonna put that in the middle of my lips. I will show you half of what I wore for Valentine's Day because I forgot the pants and my boots at my boyfriend's house, so they're not with me right now. But I'll show you like here up what I was going to wear when we went to dinner. Again, I had to change my outfit, so I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I am pretty much done with my makeup, and this is the top that I was going to wear to dinner. It should be taped down, but for the sake of this video, I did not feel like getting my fashion tape and taping it down. But yeah, this is the finished look. And yeah, I'll back up a little so you can see it. It's super low cut. This is why I didn't want to wear it to brunch and like the movies. I just feel like it wasn't appropriate for that, but whatever. Still a cute top. You'll definitely see it at some point on me. And yeah, I hope you guys like this video. Again, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so that you'll be updated when I upload my next video. And yeah, have a great rest of your day. Thanks for watching.